Hello, friends. Welcome to Theory of Probability, the channel where we explore fascinating theories and assess how realistic they are. Today, we're tackling one of humanity's greatest mysteries, life after death. Is it possible that something of us persists beyond physical death? Or is the afterlife merely a construct of hope and imagination? Let's analyze the evidence, delve into scientific and philosophical theories, and calculate the speculative probability of life after death. Let's begin. The question of what happens after we die has intrigued humanity for centuries. Most scientists argue that consciousness arises entirely from the brain's neurons, meaning that when the brain stops functioning, so does consciousness. However, certain phenomena challenge this view. Near-death experiences, or NDEs, are reported by many who have been clinically dead and revived. Studies suggest that between 9% and 18% of cardiac arrest survivors describe vivid experiences such as bright lights, tunnels, or encounters with deceased loved ones. A Lancet study in 2001, involving 344 cardiac arrest patients, found that 12% reported NDEs, often occurring during periods of minimal or no brain activity. These reports challenge the idea that consciousness is entirely dependent on the brain. If we take this 12% figure as a starting point, we can analyze its implications. Scientists attribute up to 50% of NDEs to biological and chemical factors, like endorphin release or oxygen deprivation, leaving the remaining 50% unexplained. This means that about 6% of cardiac arrest survivors report phenomena potentially supporting the existence of life after death. Quantum mechanics adds another layer of intrigue. The OR theory, proposed by Dr. Stuart Hameroff and Sir Roger Penrose, suggests that consciousness arises from quantum processes in the brain's microtubules. If consciousness could exist in some quantum state independent of the brain, it might persist beyond death. While this theory remains speculative, it introduces a 5% probability of consciousness, continuing in some form after physical death. Reincarnation is another phenomenon worth examining. Dr. Ian Stevenson documented over 2,500 cases of children claiming to recall past lives, with some cases verified as accurate. Skeptics argue these could result from cultural influences or false memories, but about 10% of the cases remain unexplained. This translates to roughly 250 verified instances that provide some support for the possibility of life continuing in another form. Lastly, studies on brain activity near death reveal intriguing findings. Research at the University of Michigan in 2013 observed a surge of brain activity in rats just before death, potentially explaining vivid NDEs biologically. However, if even a fraction of these findings hints at something beyond physical limits, it could contribute an additional 1% to the probability of life after death. Philosophical perspectives, such as dualism, further enrich the discussion. René Descartes' view of the mind and body as separate entities allows for the possibility of a soul independent of the physical brain. And while speculative, this adds another 5% weight to the calculation. When we bring all this evidence together, we arrive at an estimate of the probability of life after death. Near-death experiences suggest a 6% chance. Quantum consciousness adds 5%. Reincarnation cases contribute 2.5%. Brain activity near-death accounts for 1%. And philosophical and theological perspectives add a further 5%. Taken together, this gives us a speculative combined probability of around 20% to 25%. While not definitive, this calculation provides a structured way to think about the evidence and its implications. In conclusion, life after death remains an open question. Science offers intriguing insights but hasn't provided definitive answers. Near-death experiences, quantum theories, and reincarnation cases offer tantalizing clues but fall short of proof. Based on current evidence, there's a 20% to 25% chance of life persisting in some form after death. Whether this is convincing depends on how you weigh the evidence. What do you think? Is life after death possible, or are we searching for meaning where there is none? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and click the bell for more explorations from Theory of Probability. Until next time.